Picture a client who's motivated, active, and completely scattered. They're applying to roles, a lot of them, and nothing is landing. They've been at this for a while, they're working hard at it, and the effort isn't producing the result. They come to coaching ready to work. Energy isn't the problem, direction is. And when you look at what they've been doing, the pattern is clear. They've been optimizing the search without first getting clear about what they're actually searching for. That's the setup. A client working hard from the wrong starting point. The instinct with this client is to help them search smarter, better resume, stronger networking, more focused targeting. Those tactics matter, but only after they know what they actually want. A scattered search is a values clarity failure before it's a strategy failure. If you start at tactics, you're helping them apply more efficiently to roles that may not serve them. That's not a win. It just moves them faster toward the wrong destination. So this chain opens with values, not skills, not market positioning, not job boards, what this client actually wants from work. That's the foundation everything else builds on. Pause before the walkthrough. Given this client, motivated, active, applying everywhere, landing nowhere, what's your link 1? What does it produce for link 2? Build it, then compare. Okay, here's what I reach for. 6 tools: career values assessment, career change exploration, networking strategy, habit tracker, Whoop, overcoming barriers. Medium length, appropriate for an active, ongoing search with a real-time horizon. The client is already in motion. The chain needs enough structure to redirect and sustain that motion, not just diagnose why it hasn't worked. Notice where it starts. Values, not tactics. That's the read of this situation, and it's the most important choice in the whole chain design. Career values assessment opens because it produces what this client is missing: clarity about what they actually want, not a list of requirements, a ranked understanding of what matters to them in work right now. That's what career change exploration consumes. Career change exploration isn't necessarily about changing careers. Even if the client stays in the same field, what it produces is target directions, specific roles, environments, contexts that genuinely align with their values, not just I'll apply to anything in my industry. Real targets. Those directions are what networking strategy consumes. Networking strategy takes those targets and produces an intentional outreach plan, not reach out to everyone you know. Reach out to people who are already living and working in the spaces this client has decided they want to move toward. Habit Tracker consumes the outreach plan and turns it into consistent daily action. A job search stalls when it lives in bursts of intense effort, followed by long gaps. The Habit Tracker builds the repeating structure that keeps the search active across time. Whoop then contrasts the goal against the obstacles that will surface as the search progresses. Because every active search hits friction, and without obstacle-aware planning, that friction becomes a stopping point instead of something to navigate. What Whoop produces is follow-through that accounts for reality. Overcoming barriers handles the specific stalls this client hits in real time as the search runs. It comes last because you can't address specific stalls until the search has started generating them. The discernment layer. Phase is goal setting moving into action. Intent starts at clarity and moves to action. Medium chain length fits an active search, structured for sustained forward movement across what may be weeks or months. Which 5 moves show up? Read the moment as the opening diagnosis. You have to see that scattered application is a clarity problem, not a hustle problem. Those require different chains. Name the purpose confirms clarity, intent before action intent. Chain the sequence. The produces consumes logic is explicit here. Values feed exploration, feed networking, feed habits. Hold presence shows up especially at the career values assessment, because sometimes when clients name what they actually want from work, it's different from what they've been chasing. That recognition deserves presence before you pivot to tactics. The prune decision for this chain is networking strategy. If the client already has strong channels, they know people in the target space, referrals happen naturally, they're well connected in the domains they're moving toward, drop it. Don't build structure for infrastructure that already exists. The chain is a hypothesis about what this client needs. If their network is functional, the bottleneck isn't networking. It's values, clarity, and direction. Keep the first 2 tools. Skip to habit tracker. Applying everywhere is a values problem before it's ever a network problem. Start the chain there. What this scenario demonstrates: a scattered search is always a clarity problem first. You can't solve for strategy until you've solved for direction. And you can't solve for direction until you've solved for values. The chain follows that logic, and the prune rule exists because once values and direction are clear, some clients don't need the full structure. They just need the clarity, and then they can move. Next, a different career scenario, not a search problem, but a momentum problem. A client who had a clear goal and quietly stalled, a shorter chain, a different phase, and a very different read of what this client actually needs.